Good morning, or at least it's morning while I'm recording this. Just wanted to put out a little bit of good news of some of the things that I've been seeing. And America, I think, is in a very good place. There's a lot of positive things going on behind the scenes. Don't ever trust the mainstream news media to be giving you, even those people within the mainstream media, such as those at Fox News, who are trying to do a better job, who are trying to give you the truth. Don't expect that they're going to be able to give you all the good news that's going on. They're focused on what they're focused on. They have their own agenda. But, and of course, the other, currently, the rest of the media, mainstream media, is giving you biased information, putting out lies, disinformation, very negative. So don't listen to them. I'm going to be going over a few of the news sources that I use. They're found online, most of them on YouTube. They're on YouTube channels. You can watch them every day and get just the positive reinforcement that you need. And I'll, of course, link them below. But just to put it simply, there's a lot of good things going on in the background with Trump's administration, with his Justice Department. I should say within the Justice Department, because yes, there's bad players, there's people who are corrupt, but there's a whole lot more. The good guys and patriots who are taking advantage of having good people in the right places. President Trump, Mike Pence, Mike Pompeo, Jeff Sessions. And there's definitely, games going on. The villains, those who are corrupt, who are still in office, they're obviously not going to go down without a fight. Let's just put it simply. And there's going to be, especially with the media, because they're a big tool, there's going to be all this misinformation, as well as this distraction, such as the Stormy Daniels story. There's a lot of fake news there. Don't trust her. She's lying. You can, from my sources, from what I can see, there's some really good sources out there if you want to take the time to research. I mean, it comes right from the horse's mouth, so to speak. But there's a lot of good things going. Basically, let me just point out some of the things that I see are going to be happening in the future. Let's put it that way. For one thing, Iran's going to be fixed. The bad elements of Iran are going to be removed, and that's going to be able to be a sovereign, free nation once again. North Korea is going to be fixed. I'm not sure if we'll be able to go as far as joining the Koreas together. I think we will, but it will take a few years. I think we're going to be seeing some good things happening in China. They're going to have some economic trouble in the future, some very serious economic trouble. But I think we'll see some good things happening in Korea, especially as regards to Christianity, the free practice thereof. Maybe even some pretty intense revival. Here in America, we have a Supreme Court justice that's going to be stepping down, probably soon. We're also going to have at least 3 others who they're involved with some bad stuff. Their investigations are ongoing, and they're going to be impeached and forced to step down. So you can see President Trump put in more of the Neil Gorsuch type. So some more conservative judges. And this means, because Trump, it's part of the plan, Trump's administration is going to make sure at the right time that, federally speaking, and of course with the Supreme Court, the Roe v. Wade decision will be overturned. And then it will then be back to the states as it should be. But the states have the power to take care of it now. They just don't. Everybody's scared to. There's only a handful of people that realize that the states have so much power by the Constitution. Anyways, Trump's going to make it easy for him. And Roe v. Wade will be repealed. The power will be back to the states to get rid of abortion. This is huge. This is going to be huge. This is something in the future. We're going to go through a few rough spots with the economy, but it's going to come up. It's going to shoot up in a big way. There's some big things going on with oil that most people don't understand. People within the oil industry, they've already seen the indicators. Some are reading it wrong, but most, I think, are reading it right. And not many people pay attention to the actual people within any industry, really. They pay attention to the media. What does CNN say? What do the analysts on there say? What does MSNBC, NBC, ABC, what are they saying? And they're getting it wrong. So wrong, at least in most cases. Occasionally, a little bit of truth seeps through. But America is in for some really good economic times here. I mean, we're already seeing some indicators. We're already seeing things go good. And like I said, there's a few rough spots, but once we get through those, it's going to be good. There is plans to take care of the Federal Reserve. That's right. Our fake money, the debt money system, the banking cabal, there's plans to take care of it. I'll just put it simply that way. The American dollar is going to be, how do I say, reset. So, economically speaking, some really good stuff there. And combined with all of this, there's some very big indicators that Christianity is going to be seeing some revival here in America, some serious revival. One of the cool things about being connected online with various sources, not just with news, but with spiritual stuff, is knowing what's going on in Christianity, in the other denominations, here in America, around the world. Not many people know it, but there has been in the past, and I'm talking in the last 10 years, some very big spiritual movements in South America and Africa especially. Within 5 years, 4 years even, the continent of Africa will become the largest group of Christians on earth. There's going to be so many. Christianity is spreading there in a very big way. There's been some changes with the Nigerian government. We just saw, if you're watching the news, Nigerian president, duly elected president, was able to visit Trump. That's important on several levels. But in other words, there's changes happening in Nigeria. The government is finally getting stable, and this is good because, of course, a stable country means that people in that country can have their, democratic choice, influence, and the country does better. Christianity does better. Missionaries do better. I think a lot of Christians, at least in leadership anyways, leadership in my Christian community, so the one that I'm involved in, they miss out on understanding that people who work hard to try to make the world a better place politically, in government, and even in economics, they miss out that is a huge part of getting the gospel out. You can't very well get the gospel out to a country if it's closed. North Korea, Iran, China. Obviously, if the politics change in a country to where that nation is free and they have freedom of religion, that's easier for missionaries. That's easier for Bible printing. That's good. I'm amazed based on what evangelists and preachers have said in the past. Hopefully it'll change, but in the past they've said stuff that indicate there's like no hope for America, and they want more missionaries. Of course, God wants more missionaries, but then they care next to nothing about politics, and they don't encourage people to pray for or to do their part, not only here in our own government but in other governments. I see a lot of good taking place, and I see that it is very important for countries to be set free and to have democracy installed. Now here in America, we're supposed to be a republic. It's better than democracy. Yes, it uses democratic ideals, but it's a free nation under a constitution. This is the higher authority in our nation, is the Constitution. Yes, God and His Word are even above that, but they're above the whole world. God's above everything. His Word is ultimate. But within our nation, the Constitution is the higher authority, and just above that is the people. The people are the ones who chose to put the Constitution together. The people are the ones who work together to empower this government by the Constitution. That's why it's this phrase, which I believe Lincoln used in his Gettysburg Address, this government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So we in America truly have something special, and I'm so glad that there's a lot of patriots and a president and his team in the White House who understand a lot of these things and who are working to help make sure America is more free. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," is a lot more than just a catchphrase. Once again, you have the opportunity online to look up the truth about what's going on. And you look below here in my news links. I'm sorry, the news links to just, if you want to get on and get some news. I usually check out Drudge Report every day just because it's a good way to just grab look at some of the big headlines. One America News, SGT Report, Hagman News, Still Report, InfoWars, AMTV, American Free Press. There's a lot of different news sources. Again, I'll be posting them below. But be encouraged. There's good things happening. There is hope for America. We are not on a downward path. Not overall. Yes, there are certain areas, the industry. Obviously, we see trends in the media. We see trends in Hollywood. We have seen trends in video games. These things are very specific. Trends in certain movies, trends in what's in TV, especially the big trend with the LGBTQ movement. There's certain things that are like, of course they're bad. But if you think, learn to differentiate this stuff, really pay attention, really look into it if you want to know the truth. There's a lot of upward trends. There's a lot of good things going on. Anyways, just wanted to put out some just positive information there, little tidbits for what it's worth. I hope that you have a good day, that you look on the positive side of things. And if you want to know, what's really going on with the news, take a look at these links and find the truth. Have fun researching.